Hello and welcome back to Game 2 of the doubleheader today between Mount Mary University Blue Angels and the Maranatha Baptist Sabercats. Mount Mary took Game 1 8-0 with a walk-off single in the bottom of the 6th inning by Katie Groth, and the Blue Angels were very effective both on offense and defense in Game 1, piling up 10 hits to go along with 9 walks, while only giving up 2 hits and no walks themselves. Pitching for the Blue Angels in Game 2 will be number 16, Ashley Contreras, as we get underway here. The leadoff hitter for the Sabercats, once again, is number 5, Tina Kalinsky, as she swings and fouls off strike 1. Contreras comes into today's game with 12 starts on the year, 12 complete games, a 7.36 ERA to go with 51 strikeouts and 47 walks so far today, as that one was fouled to the backstop for the second pitch of the at-bat, as the 0-2 is on the way, and it will miss high for ball 1. Contreras usually a little more of a strikeout pitcher than Festige, as that one will miss just a little bit high as well, and the count will move to 2-2 here on the leadoff hitter, Kalinsky. Strike 3 there on the outside corner, looking for out number 1, as Contreras is off to a good start here in the second game. The defensive lineup for the Blue Angels: Davis is behind the plate, Letters over at third, Runge at short, Groth at second, and Festige at first. In left field is Chandrika Richardson. Center is Michelle Argenzio, and in right is Marissa Recklix. As the second pitch of the at-bat is on the way to Megan Rasmussen. Contreras delivers, and that one is lined to short on a diving catch by Runge. And that will be the second out of the inning for the Blue Angels here in the top of the first. Up now for the Sabercats is the shortstop, number 2, Emily Booger. She had one of the 2 hits in Game 1 for the Sabercats. Comes into today before Game 1 hitting .462, one of the most dangerous players in the Sabercats lineup, as the 1-0 is on the way and is ripped into left field for the first hit of the game by the Sabercats. And Booger will be on first with 2 outs in the top of the first. In the cleanup spot for the Sabercats is the third baseman, number 10, Caitlin Hakma. As the first pitch is grounded to second base, thrown over to first, and that will be the third out of the inning, as Hakma will go 4-3, and Contreras will have a good first inning there, only giving up the 1 hit to Boger. And the Blue Angels will head into the bottom of the first, looking to get started quickly, just like they did in the first game, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the first. Contreras on the mound should put up just as good of a game as Festige. And the Blue Angels will look to jump on Game 2's pitcher for the Sabercats, Brooke Campbell. Campbell has 8 starts on the year. She is 2-5 in thrown 40 innings, 23 walks, 8 strikeouts, and a 6.65 ERA. So another pitcher with a little bit of control issues, not quite as bad as Aldridge was in terms of walks, but somebody that you can work the count on and make her come to you. Leading off the game for the Blue Angels will be number 3, Jess Runge. Once again from the left side of the plate here today, as she has gone from the left side the last 3 times up. As that one will be outside and high for ball 1. The 1-0 will also be high for ball 2, as Runge is ahead in the count here, 2-0, as the leadoff hitter for the Blue Angels. 2-0 is off of Runge. That's the danger with going lefty and trying to do the slap bunt hit. If you're not in the box, you can be out, and she was out of the box there. She will be the first out of the inning, as Katie Groth flies that one to right field and is caught by the right fielder on the first pitch of the at-bat. 2 down quickly here for the Blue Angels in the first inning. Similar start to the first inning of last game, as both Runge and Groth were retired in the first, and then Contreras lined one through the left side for a single, and things got started from there, as 9 went to the plate after. Contreras takes ball 1 here in her first at-bat of game 2. Swing and a miss at pitch number 2 of the at-bat for strike number 1. And the count is even at 1-1 here on Contreras, who is the pitcher for game 2. Played right field in game 1, as that one will miss outside and move the count to 2-1 here on Contreras. Contreras was 2 for 3 in game 1 with a hit by pitch. Also scored 2 runs, and the count will be at 3-1 here on Contreras, as that will miss outside, and she will have a walk, the first one of this game for the Blue Angels in the 10th of the day between the first game and now, as coming to the plate will be number 4, the catcher, Peyton Davis. Davis walked twice in game 1, was 0 for 2, as she takes strike 1 there from Campbell. Campbell delivers the 0-1, and it is outside for a ball. Contreras on first, 2 outs for the Blue Angels here in the bottom of the first inning, as Davis fouls that one off, and it is caught in the tree up there. I'm not really sure how, but that one's not going to come down right now. Two strikes on Davis, as she pops that one up to the left side of the infield, and it is caught by the shortstop for the 3rd out of the inning. Blue Angels go down with 1 walk, no hits, as Campbell is off to a much better start than Aldridge was here in the first game. Didn't have to work nearly as hard as Aldridge, threw 36 pitches in the first inning last game. Campbell only had to throw 13 for inning number 1. Leading off for the SaberCats will be the pitcher, number 6, Brooke Campbell. Campbell was 1 for 2 in the last game, had the second hit for the SaberCats, struck out her first at bat, but Festige was very hard to hit last game, and that is why the Blue Angels won 8-0, only gave up 2 hits, didn't walk anybody. look to continue the trend here in Game 2 of the doubleheader and move their record to 7-18 on the year and 2-2 at home. We will be underway here in the top of the second with the number 5 hitter, Campbell, up to the plate. Contreras had a pretty good first inning, only giving up the hit to Boger, who ripped a single through the left side as the first pitch of the at-bat is taken for a called strike one. Campbell, only hitting 174 on the year, has her second hit of the day, first of Game 2, as she pulls that one through the left side between the shortstop and third baseman, and the SaberCats will have another base runner here as the center fielder, number 16, Katie Bender, will come to the plate. Bender was 0 for 2 with 2 Ks in the first game as she takes that one outside and low for ball one. .1-0 on the way from Contreras is on the inside corner for strike one. Bender looked like she thought it was a little bit inside, but a good pitch there, painting the corner as Contreras looks to keep the SaberCats from getting any more base runners in this inning and limiting the damage here as the 1-1's on the way. Will miss just a little bit low for ball two. Bender squared around a bunt and drew back at the last moment as the 2-1 is on the way. On the inside corner once again for strike two, and it is 2-2 here on Bender, the number 6 hitter for the SaberCats. No outs here in the top of the second inning. Swings at a pitch at her eyes and fouls it into the backstop. Count remain at 2-2. Contreras looking to punch out Bender here for the first out of the inning. Averages close to 5.5 strikeouts a game, does Contreras, as she gets her second of the game, the second looking as well for out number 1 of the second inning. Maisie Aldridge will come to the plate for the first time in Game 2. She was the pitcher in Game 1, threw a ton of pitches as she takes that one on the outside corner for ball one. A good pitch here by Contreras. Must have been a little low as the 1-0 is on the way and is fouled off the fence down the right side for strike one. Aldridge was 0 for 2 in the first game with 2 strikeouts as Contreras delivers the 1-1. Looked to be just a little too far inside for ball two. The wind has started to calm down a little bit here for the second game, as that one's on the inside corner and the count is even at 2. Contreras with the 2-2. Good pitch there on the outside, just a little too far, as it's a full count here with 1 out in the top of the second inning. Runner on first for the SaberCats. Ground ball to second base, and it is missed by Groth. That'll be an error on her. Runners on first and second for the SaberCats. As Annalise Anderson, the first baseman, will come to the plate for the SaberCats, looking to score their first run of the day as she takes that one for strike on the inside corner. After a good defensive game in Game 1, the Blue Angels have a quick error here in game 2. We'll look to make sure that that does not hurt them. Runners on first and second. Only one out so far as Bender struck out looking for the first out. Campbell singled as the first batter of the inning, and then Aldridge just got on base via the error at second by Groth. Swing and a miss on that one by Anderson, and the count is 0-2. Anderson also struck out twice, both looking in the first game. As she flies at one to second base, caught by Groth. And they get the double play as she fires to second. A good break for the Blue Angels there, as she was heads up and Campbell was off the bag. And that'll be a nice double play to end the inning and make up for the error she made there, as the SaberCats get one hit, score no runs, and we will head to the bottom of the second. Still 0-0 here in game 2. Leading off for the Blue Angels in the bottom of the second will be the third baseman, number 11, Madison Letta. Letta came into today hitting .227. She did have an RBI double and a 2 RBI single in the first game, along with 2 walks, so she reached base all 4 times. And will look to continue that trend here in the second game. As Campbell gets loose, and they will throw down on the next one here. Blue Angels looking to score early and get ahead in game 2 of the doubleheader. As Letta will lead off for the Blue Angels, and Campbell will be on the mound. First pitch to the bat is on the way, and that will miss high for ball 1. Campbell will deliver the 1-0, and that is grounded towards the third baseman by Letta, who makes a good play, and that will be 5-3 for the first out of the inning, as Letta hit a weak ground ball to Hakama over there on the left side. Next up for the Blue Angels is Nikki Festige, the first baseman. The pitcher from game 1 really pitched well in the first game of the doubleheader, as she takes ball 1 up high from Campbell. Festige reached base all 4 times as well, walking, getting hit by a pitch, and having a single and a double. That one's taken inside for a strike. And the count will be 2-1, I believe, as that one will miss high and get to the backstop. Three and 1 is the count here on Festige, looking to be a base runner as she rips that one foul down the left side. Full count here. Blue Angels looking for their second base runner of the day and first hit of the day. And that will miss high for ball 4. Festige will reach base for the 5th time in 5 at-bats today. Up to the plate The center fielder, number 5, Michelle Argenzio. Michelle reached base 3 times in the first, only one by hit, reached on an error and a fielder's choice as well, as she takes ball 1 there in the first pitch of the at-bat. That one will be fouled into the backstop. Argentia looking to get some momentum here for the Blue Angels, with Festige taking the walk. And that one missing in the dirt. Festige will move down to second. That one bounced off the plate. And the count will be 2-1 here on Argentio. As she pulls that one to the left side, fielded by the shortstop. Throw gets past the first baseman. Both runners will advance as the ball went out of play. Festige to third. Argentio to second. That'll be an error on the shortstop. And the Blue Angels are in business here with runners on second and third, and Marissa Recklix, the right fielder, getting her first at-bat of the day. She will take strike 1 there, looking to drive in a pair of runs for the Blue Angels. As she fouls that one over the backstop, right behind the camera, and it will be 0-2 here on Recklix. Looking to at least put it in play and make the SaberCats make a play here, as that will miss high and away for ball 1. Ball hit to the right side has a good chance of scoring a run, as she swings and misses at strike 3. 2 down for the Blue Angels, with the number 9 hitter, Chandrika Richardson, coming up to the plate for the first time in Game 2. Richardson was 1 for 2 in the first game, had 2 walks, as she fouls that one off down the third baseline. Richardson, not a huge power hitter, but puts the ball in play and uses her speed to beat it out, as she takes that one on the outside for strike 2. Looked like it might have been a little wide, but benefit of the call there, as Richardson's down 0-2 and fouls that one into the backstop for the count to remain at 0-2 here. Campbell, a lot more effective at finding the strike zone in Game 2 than Aldridge was in Game 1. Blue Angels haven't been able to take advantage of it yet, as that one is fouled off as well. Chandrika Richardson battling here at senior day for her, along with a couple other Blue Angels. Both of them are on base right now, and Nikki Festige and Michelle Argentio, as Richardson will strike out swinging, and the Blue Angels will go down without a run. Still have yet to get their first hit here, as we are tied at 0 after 2. It'll be 9-1-2 for the SaberCats as we head into the top of the third. Heather White, Tina Kolinsky, and Megan Rasmussen. Leading off the top of the third for the SaberCats is Heather White, the right fielder, as she loops that one over the pitcher to Runge. Runge makes a good play, and that is 1 pitch, 1 out for the Blue Angels here in the third inning. Up for the second time today will now be the leadoff hitter, number 5, Tina Kolinsky. As she takes strike 1, she struck out looking first time today. Also was 0 for 3 in game 1 with a strikeout, as that one looked pretty good as well, but will be taken for ball 1 here on Kolinsky, the left fielder for the SaberCats. The 1-1 on the way. And it is fouled off of Davis. Count will move to 1-2 here, 1 out in the top of the third. As she almost got her to chase, but Kolinsky was able to hold up, and the count will move to 2-2 here. Contreras looking to get her third strikeout of the game, as that one misses high and outside for ball 3, and the count will be full here on the leadoff hitter for the SaberCats. That one's down the middle, and Kolinsky will strike out looking for the second time today. 2 outs in the top of the third. Contreras looking to have a 1-2-3 inning with Megan Rasmussen up to the plate. She lined out to short her first time up today, and was 0 for 3 in game 1. Second pitch to the at-bat on the way here from Contreras, as she will take that one for a strike. One and one into the count here on Rasmussen, as she lines that one through the left side, and that will be a base hit. Richardson will fire into second, and Groth, and the SaberCats will have their third hit of the ball game. Already got more than they had all of last game, as the shortstop, number 2, Emily Booger, will come up to the plate. She singled her first time up, and will look to do so again here, as that one misses just a little bit high for ball 1. The 1-0 will miss outside as well, and the count will move to 2-0 here on a very good hitter in Booger, as she really has to watch where these next couple pitches go, as that one is ripped foul for strike 1. Booger has 2 hits today for the SaberCats, looking to get her third and continue to hit right around 500 on the year. That one is fouled to the backstop, and the count will be even at 2-2 now. Runner on first for the SaberCats is Rasmussen, as Contreras looks to get the third and final out of the inning here, as she picks up her 4th strikeout of the game on a very good changeup. And the SaberCats will once again have 1 hit in the inning, no runs, and we remain all square at zeros, heading into the bottom of the third. .42 pitches so far for Contreras through 3 innings, as she has been effective. Has allowed 3 hits, but has been able to get out of trouble every time, and has picked up 4 strikeouts along the way, as we head to the bottom of the third. Jess Runge will lead it off, looking to pick up what would be her first hit of the day, as she was 0 for 4 in game 1 with a walk. She grounded back to the pitcher 3 times, as the left side of the plate has not worked for her today. Let's see if she starts from the right side this time around. Does not look like she will, as the throw goes down to second, and we will be seeing the first pitch to Runge here as she steps in. Called out as she hit the ball, and it hit her as she was out of the box the first time up. Campbell delivers the first pitch, and that will miss outside for ball 1. Blue Angels had a couple of base runners last inning, but were not able to capitalize, as both Recklicks and Richardson struck out with runners on second and third and 1 out to end the inning, as Runge takes ball 2 outside. That one looked a little outside as well, but is called strike 1 as the count moves to 2-1 on Runge here, as she drops that one back to the pitcher and will ground out to the pitcher for the 4th time today. And that will be the first out of the inning. Katie Groth will be up for the 2nd time this game. She flew out to right the first time up, as she takes ball 1 high and outside from Campbell. That one will miss in just about the same place, as the count will move to 2-0 here on Groth, as she looks to pick up the first Blue Angels hit of the game, and that one's in there for strike 1. Misses high, just above the letters for ball 3. Count is 3-1 in favor of Groth, as she looks to get on base here. Fouls that one off of herself. She did have one hit, the game-winning walk-off single to make it 8-0 in the first game. Only hitting .273 on the year, but she strikes out there swinging, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning, as Ashley Contreras, the pitcher, will come up to bat for the 2nd time. Walked her first time up. That one is fouled over the backstop and into the road, as Blue Angels are being aggressive here in game 2, looking to put the ball in play. Have taken 2 walks, yet to get a hit, as that one is grounded towards the shortstop, fielded and thrown on to first for out number 3, as both teams are struggling to find the offense here in the second game. Maranatha has struggled to find it all day today, but they do have 3 hits so far in game 2, and are out hitting the Blue Angels 3-0 through 3 innings so far. Blue Angels had 9 walks and 10 hits in game 1. Better inning there by Campbell, throwing only 12 pitches, bringing her up to 46 through 3 so far. Pretty much even with Contreras. Much more effective than Aldridge was in the first, as Aldridge threw 154 pitches in 6 innings. Leading off for the SaberCats will be the third baseman, number 10, Caitlin Huckma, followed by the pitcher, Brooke Campbell, and the center fielder, Katie Bender. Huckma is 0 for 1 in Game 2 with a ground out to the second baseman. She was 0 for 2 in Game 1 and comes in 2 today, hitting .229 on the year. As that one is popped up on the right side and will be caught by Fesky for the first out of the inning. One pitch, one out for Contreras here as Brooke Campbell, the pitcher, comes to the plate. First pitch is on the way and will be low for ball one. Contreras looking to have another quick inning here. Get the Blue Angels back up to the plate and give them a chance to take a lead. As the 2-0 is on the way and is in there for a called strike one. Contreras probably throws a little bit harder than Nikki did in Game 1. As that one will find the outside corner for strike two. But both have been effective at times this year, especially in Game 1 today. Fesky, as I said, had 8 strikeouts, only gave up 2 hits. Contreras, although she's given up 3 hits today, does have 4 strikeouts as that one is fouled off over the backstop. And the count will remain at 2-2 here on Campbell, the number 5 hitter for the SaberCats. Long wait in between, and the 2-2 is on the way from Contreras. That'll be popped up to the right side once again, and Fesky will have both outs so far this inning. Up to the plate will be number 16, the center fielder, Katie Bender, who struck out looking her first time up. 3 strikeouts and 3 at-bats so far today for Bender, who is yet to find success at the plate, as that one looked awfully good but is called low for ball one. 1-0 on the way. In there for a strike, and the count is even at ones. Contreras looking to have another quick inning as a good change of pace there. Gets Bender swinging over the top for strike two, and the count will move to 1-2, trying to give Bender her 4th strikeout of the game and 4th strikeout of the day, and Contreras picking up her 5th strikeout of the game. As that one will be a foul ball down the first base line, and the count will remain 1-2 here. 2 outs, top of the 4th, on the number 6 hitter, Katie Bender. One, two skips in there, and the count will move to 2-2 here on Bender. SaberCats had a hit in each of the first 3 innings. Looking to get one here as well, as Contreras delivers the 2-2. Just a little low for ball 3. Full count on Bender, trying to end the inning here. And here's the pitch. That one will be grounded down the first base line, but foul. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat against Bender, making Contreras work for it here as the 3-2 is on the way. And will be grounded right back to the pitcher. Contreras will throw over to first, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. Sabercats go down 1-2-3 there. 2 pop outs to first and a ground ball back to the pitcher as Contreras is able to get them to go down quietly. "15 pitches in the inning for Contreras as she continues to be right around the 14-15 mark. 4 innings so far, 3 hits and 4 Ks for the pitcher as the Blue Angels will come to the plate, and the catcher, Peyton Davis, will lead off. 0 for 1 on the day. Had 2 walks in game 1. Looking to get her first hit of the day here. Blue Angels have yet to have one in game 2, as Campbell has been effective and been able to retire the Blue Angels except for 2 walks. Throw down to second, and we will be underway here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Score is still 0-0 as the catcher, Peyton Davis, will lead off. First pitch is taken high for ball 1 by Davis. Davis came in today hitting .266 on the year. Average will have dropped a little bit as she takes strike 1. Count is 1-1 here on the number 4 hitter for the Blue Angels. That one will miss low in the dirt for ball 2. Davis just looking to get on base here any way possible. Get the Blue Angels started as she pushes that one over to the first baseman, who will tag first, and that will be 1 away. 3 unassisted on the play, as up to the plate will be Madison Letta, the third baseman for the Blue Angels. Grounded out to the third baseman her first time up, as she takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way, and that is grounded over to the shortstop, who throws to first, and she will be out at first. 6-3, good play by the shortstop to get the second out of the inning, and just like that, there are 2 quick outs. Nikki Fesky up to the plate. She walked her first time up, reached third after a wild pitch and an error by the shortstop. Almost took that one off the face there for ball 1. Watches that one into the glove for strike 1. The count is even at 1-1 here. 2 outs, bottom 4. Blue Angels still looking for their first hit as that one misses outside for ball 2. The 2-1 on the way, and that is fouled to the backstop. Fesky will look to battle here and make Campbell work. 2-2 is the count, 2 outs here. Campbell delivers a 2-2, high and outside for ball 3. Full count once again on Fesky here. Looking to draw her second walk of the game as she fouls that one off to the third base side. The 7th pitch of the at-bat here on the number 6 hitter as she fouls that one back as well and continues to battle. Face 6 pitches her first time up. This will be the 8th pitch of her second at bat. Heskey came into today hitting .292 with a .346 OBP, and she will get thrown out at first on the blooper over the pitcher. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning, as the Blue Angels have struggled offensively here in Game 2, but have been able to keep the SaberCats off the board as well. And we head to the top of the 5th, still tied at 0. Much more effective outing by SaberCats pitching in Game 2, as Aldridge was close to 100 pitches through 4 innings, and Campbell has thrown just over 50 here through 4. Not bad, considering the circumstances. Has not given up a hit, 2 walks. But leading off the top of the 5th for the SaberCats will be the catcher and last game's pitcher, number 11, Macy Aldridge. Reached on an error by the second baseman, her first time up today. Contreras will deliver the first pitch of the at-bat in there for strike 1. Aldridge looking to put the ball in play here, as she hits that one just off the glove of Heskey at first. A tough play, and that will be a base hit for Aldridge. And the SaberCats will have their 4th hit of the day. Pinch hitter for the SaberCats will be Kendall Carpenter. She is 0 for 4 on the year with 3 strikeouts. Runner on first, no out for the SaberCats as Carpenter squares around a bunt, and that one is foul. Carpenter is pinch hitting for Anderson, who is 0 for 3 on the day with 2 Ks. She is 0 for 4 on the year, doesn't have many at-bats, obviously, as she squared around at that one and offered, and that is strike 2. Probably shouldn't have offered at that pitch there, as it was way outside, but count is 0-2. As Contreras gets her looking for strike 3. Carpenter will remain 0-4 on the season with 4 strikeouts and 5 at-bats. Up to the plate, the number 9 hitter and right fielder, number 17, Heather White, as she will ground that one up the middle, fielded by Runge, throws over to first, and we'll get the out for the 2nd out of the inning, her second 6-3 of this game. Aldridge will advance to 2nd on the play. And the leadoff hitter, Tina Kalinsky, will be up. She is 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, looking today as she takes strike 1. The 0-1 on the way from Contreras, as she gets Kalinsky to chase at a high strike there, and the count will move to 0-2. Contreras looking to pick up her 6th strikeout of the game. That one misses in the dirt, blocked by the umpire. Luckily, dropped over there at third by Letta, would have been the third out of the inning, but Aldridge will advance to third on the pass ball. Contreras delivers the 1-2. Just off the outside corner for ball 2. The 2-2 on the way. In there for strike 3 looking, and Kalinske goes down for the third time by way of the K today. All of them looking, and Contreras is up to 6 strikeouts in the game. An 11-pitch inning there for Contreras while picking up 2 Ks. Blue Angels will lead off with the bottom third of the order here. 7-8-9, Michelle Argenzio, Marissa Recklix, and Chandrika Richardson. Back into the game for the SaberCats will be Annalise Anderson at first base. So Carpenter will come out after failing to get the bunt down and striking out on 3 pitches in the top of the 5th. Campbell still yet to give up a hit today through 4 innings. Pitched well, has given up 3 base runners, 1 via the error, 2 via the walk. Argenzio was the one who reached via error in the 2nd inning. See if she can get things going here in the 5th for the Blue Angels, as they look to get the offense going after a very successful Game 1 on the offensive end. Not as successful here in Game 2, as Argenzio swings and fouls that one back to the backstop for strike 1. Swings and misses at strike 2, as the count is in favor of Campbell here on Argenzio, playing her last home game for the Blue Angels. She lines that one through the left side for the first hit of the game. And Argenzio, an unlikely source for the first hit, coming in only hitting .096, does get the first hit of Game 2 for the Blue Angels, as Marissa Recklix will come up to the plate looking to continue for the Blue Angels. She squares around a bunt, and that one is fouled back. First and third in for the SaberCats, as Recklix squares around once again. Misses on that one, but Argenzio will head down to second, and she will be safe at second with a stolen base. So a little bit of a risky play there with the no outs. Recklix will look to drive here with 0-2. Try to move Argenzio over to third at least, as she swings and misses. Ball will get past the catcher. Recklix will run to first. Argenzio will advance to third. Both will be safe, and the Blue Angels will have first and third here with no outs. That'll be an error on the catcher, Maisie Aldridge. That'll move Recklix up to second base, as Richardson will be out at first for the first out of the inning. Runge will come up to the plate, hitting left-handed. That won't be high and miss for ball one to Runge. Blue Angels have their first threat of the game here. Runners on second and third, one out with the top of the order up. Looking to get on the board. That will miss. Argentio is going to try to score. She froze. Now she's going to head back to third. And she will be out at third. Base running mistake there by Argentio, as she will be the second out of the inning. Couldn't decide if she wanted to go. Recklix will be back at second. And suddenly, the threat the Blue Angels had is diminished here, as Runge will walk, and it will be first and second for the Blue Angels here. Katie Groth up to the plate. Little bit of confusion, as that was only ball 3. That is ball 4, and Runge will walk anyway. Just took an extra pitch here, as up to the plate once again will be Katie Groth. She is 0 for 2 on the day, as that one will miss in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way is fouled off of the plate, and then the umpire. And the count will move to 1-1 here, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners on first and second for the Blue Angels. Looking to pick up win number 7 of the year. That one will hit Groth in the hip, and the bases will be loaded for the most dangerous hitter on the team, Ashley Contreras. Recklix on third, Runge on second, Groth on first. The bases are loaded for the Blue Angels with the number 3 hitter, Ashley Contreras, up to the plate as she swings and misses at strike 1. Contreras 0 for 1 in today's game. Walked the first time up, grounded out to the shortstop last time. As she rips that one through the left side, and that will be a base hit. Runge rounds third, heads home, and the Blue Angels will score 2 here off of the Contreras single through the left side. And just like that, the Blue Angels are on top in the bottom of the 5th. Contreras helps herself. And Davis will come up to the plate, looking to add to the run support here for Contreras, as she fouls that one left and out of play. 0-1 is the count. The 0-1 on the way, and she will pop that one up to the pitcher, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. Blue Angels scored 2. Finally get a couple hits, as Contreras and Argentio both get hits. Could have been a bigger inning. A little bit of a base running mistake there by Argentio to get thrown out at third base, But the Blue Angels lead 2-0 through 5. Leading off the top of the 6th inning for the SaberCats is Megan Rasmussen, as she took strike one there from Contreras. Blue Angels took a 2-0 lead there in the bottom of the 5th inning, as the count will move to 0-2 on Rasmussen. She had a single her second time up, lined out to short her first time up. Looking to get a base runner here for the SaberCats, as she grounds that one to third base to Letta, and Letta will throw over to first to Fesky for the out. One down here in the top of the 6th inning.
Number 2, Emily Booger.
Is Emily Booger will be up. She singled her first time up, struck out the second time on a great changeup by Contreras. Looks like Davis has to fix her helmet here. We have a little bit of a delay in the game. Contreras, very effective. Has allowed 4 hits, but kept the SaberCats from scoring so far, as she falls behind 1-0 here on the number 3 hitter, Booger, for the SaberCats. Fesky in close at first, as that one just misses on the outside at the knees for ball 2. On the way from Contreras is popped up. Blooper over the second base bag, and that will be a base hit for Booger, her second of the game. She continues to hit the ball well this year, as she has 3 hits today in her 5 trips to the plate. Will raise her average from the 456 it already was. And the SaberCats have a base runner here, as that one is grounded to second base. And Groth will throw on to first for the second out of the inning. Hakama goes down on 1 pitch. Runner on second for the SaberCats, with the pitcher, number 6, Brooke Campbell, up to the plate. She singled her first time up, flew out to first base the last time through. Looking to get the SaberCats on the board here as she takes strike 1. One's in there for strike 2, and Campbell is behind 0-2. Contreras looking for her 7th strikeout of the game. as that one is grounded up the middle. Runge Fields throws over to first, and that will be the third out of the inning. Good play, good defense by the Blue Angels there to get the SaberCats to go down fairly quietly, as it takes 10 pitches for Contreras. She's throwing a shutout, and the Blue Angels have thrown 12 shutout innings so far today. Leading off for the Blue Angels in the bottom of the sixth will be the third baseman, Madison Letta. Leading off for the Blue Angels, as I said, is the third baseman, number 11, Madison Letta. She is 0 for 2 in this game, as that one will go to the backstop for ball one. Letta had the game winner in game one, along with a double and 2 walks, as that one go through the right side. Good snag by the second baseman, flips on to first for the first out of the inning, as Letta will be retired. Blue Angels struggled offensively in every inning except for the fifth, where they sent 7 to the plate, scored 2 runs. Could have been more, as Fesky will take strike one. A little high there, but over the plate, as she looks to get on base for the second time, as she hits that one into left field, and it is carrying back over the left fielder's head and gone. A home run for Nikki Fesky, her first of the day and her first of the season for the senior on senior day. What could be her last at bat, she goes for the round tripper, and the Blue Angels take a 3-0 lead. Now up to the plate, another senior here. The center fielder, Michelle Argenzio, takes low at the knees for ball one. That one misses high above the letters for ball two. Blue Angels have a little more of a cushion here after that last at bat. Argenzio looking to get on base. She hits that one down to third base. Third baseman fires over to first, and that will be the second out of the inning, as Argenzio will move to 1 for 3 in game two. Marissa Recklix up for the second time. 2 strikeouts. Last one got by the catcher, and that is where the rally really started for the Blue Angels there, as that one was high for ball one. That one is into the right center gap, but caught by the right fielder over there. Heather White on the run makes the play, and that will be the third out of the inning as we head to the top of the seventh. Blue Angels leading 3-0, going for the sweep on the day and the second shutout of the day, as Contreras will look to finish here, having allowed 5 hits through the first 6 innings. Leading off for the SaberCats here in the top of the 7th inning, the final at bat for the SaberCats is the center fielder, number 16, Katie Bender. She is 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout and a ground out to the pitcher. Contreras has 6 strikeouts through 6 innings here, as that one's in there for strike 1. The 0-1 on the way. Just a little bit low there for ball 1. As Bender needs to get on base here for the SaberCats to have any chance of coming back. That one misses just a little inside for ball 2, and the count will move to 2-1. Contreras looking to finish the second shutout of the day for the Blue Angels. Trying to paint that inside corner, which has been effective versus Bender today. Caught her looking the first time up and got a weak ground ball from her the second time. As that one's in there for strike 2. The count will move to 3-2 here. No outs, top of the 7th inning. Blue Angels looking for win number 7 on the year. In there, and Bender will go down looking once again.
Number 11, Maisie Aldridge.
That is Bender's 4th strikeout of the day in 5 at-bats. 2 this game, 2 last game. And the Blue Angels are 2 outs away from a sweeping senior day. As that one popped up down the right side. And will be a foul ball just out of play into no man's land. As the count is 0-1 on the catcher, number 11, Maisie Aldridge. She is 1 for 2 today, reached base both times, though. First time via error, she swings at that one up near her eyes for strike 2. Contreras looking for her 8th strikeout of the game, and putting the Blue Angels 1 out away from the win. As she changes speeds there and gets Aldridge swinging for out number 2, the Blue Angels are 1 out away from back-to-back shutouts. Up to the plate for the second time today is Annalise Anderson. She flew out to second her first time up, as she swings and misses at strike 1. Contreras looks to have found her groove here again after missing inside a couple times to Bender. As that one's on the outside corner for strike 2, and the Blue Angels are 1 pitch away from victory. And that will be the game right there. Check swing strikeout on Anderson. Contreras strikes out the side in the 7th. The Blue Angels will win 3-0 here in a well-played game, both on the offensive and defensive end for the Blue Angels, as Contreras ends up with 9 strikeouts. Blue Angels have 17 on the day. Offense struggled here in Game 2, but they were able to get the job done with 1 good inning in the 5th. 2 hits and a walk in that 5th inning, plus an error, led to the 2 runs, and then the home run by Fesky in the 6th leads to a 3-0 victory for the Blue Angels. That is all for Blue Angels softball this season. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again next year. This has been Blue Angels softball.